When I'm ready?
No.
Oh, no.
Take 5. Yeah.
When I was growing up, I thought I was going to be a nurse. I think it was that background growing up, this is all you know, and that's it. My parents at first, when I said marketing, they're like, huh? What? What does a marketer do?
When I was growing up, I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to star in Step Up. You know the movie, the dance movie.
I watched Generations and I liked Queen because she knew everybody's business. So I wanted to become a secretary. My mom thought I was crazy.
I didn't have a profession, I didn't say nurse, doctor, I just wanted to change the world.
For some reason, I just wanted to be a bank teller. I had an elder brother who worked in Botswana. He was a bank teller and he will come home driving a nice car. I don't think I'm intelligent enough to calculate the change and serve customers in that way.
I think now more than ever, it is absolutely critical for corporate South Africa to hold hands and work with government to also actually change the course of the country and grow the economy. At ABSA, we believe in playing a shaping role in society. We have made sure that we target specific sectors that we believe will shift the dial, and in the last 10 years have had a concerted focus on the youth segment. If you look at our African continent, 60 to 65% of the demographics are below the age of 35. If you look in the next 10 years, that is the workforce. They are the future inventors, the future employees, the future employers, and because we have chosen that we are an African bank, we will put our money behind the African continent and see how we uplift young people who we see as the next generation that's going to take us forward. Within our education and skills development, over the last 3-4 years, we've actually driven quite a big scholarship program. I think the largest from a private sector company. We've supported over 6,500 young people, and we will continue to do that.
Without ABSA, I wouldn't be where I am today. When I found out that I made it to medicine, I didn't believe it. I told my mom, I was like, are you sure? I checked again, checked every single day just to make sure that I'm not reading it wrong. Then it sunk in. I'll become a doctor in a few years.
I'm majoring in genetics and physiology. We are made up of cells, and each of those cells contain DNA. And DNA is just a series of genes that encode for proteins. And those proteins, if they mess up, that's what a genetic disease is. So if we can fix that, it'll help a lot of people. Varsity fees are extremely expensive. Neither of my parents are high-income earners. So ABSA's scholarship has definitely allowed me to avoid taking out loans and accumulating debts. It really is such a privilege and an honor to be part of the scholarship program.
In my family, I'm the first generation to go to varsity. I really can't put words to the feeling knowing that finally someone sees my potential. Someone wants to see me become the woman that I see myself becoming one day. So it's a relief to the family. My mom does not need to stress about, okay, Melachere, she needs to hustle. So absolutely, they've done a lot. They really have.
Next is how we bridge the divide between the world of school into the world of work. We see that there are not enough programs that support the life skills required for a young person who is finishing, whether they're finishing high school or they're finishing at a TVET or at a university. Their question is, what next? The Ready to Work program actually facilitates that critical transition, and we hope that makes them able to land more effectively within the workplace. One of our partners is Lulaway, for example, and beyond just the training and capacity building with what Ready to Work provides, Lulaway facilitates actual job placement, which for us creates the right longevity and actually deals with the unemployment that we're facing as a country.
After completing my qualification, I was looking into venturing in something in transport and logistics. The thing that made it difficult is that the companies were looking for experience. So I'm fresh from TVET college. I have no working experience. So now, what do I do? ABSA is actually investing a lot in the youth. The ready-to-work readiness training trains you on how to handle yourself in a workplace environment. It helps you in how to spend your money, how to save as well. After Ready to Work, I felt really confident that I could, get into the workplace. I can actually provide what's been asked for me. What's crazy about it is how my relationship with Lulaway is a full circle now. I came here for an interview for a call center position. I got interviewed by the recruiter and she actually considered me for another position in Lulaway, which is a junior recruiter. That's what I'm currently doing at the moment. Now I am able to help candidates that were like me that are looking for a job, not knowing are they going to get back to me or not, but when they are registered with Lulaway, it is guaranteed that they're going to receive that call or that SMS from me.
Because we're a bank and we operate within the financial services sector, one key focus area for us is financial management, financial literacy training, upskilling within that space. So we curated a partnership with the City Press, Money Makeover. This is part of how we drive and support the broader population in shifting understanding of debt, in shifting understanding of how you can use money and how you can grow your money.
I'm just a security officer. I don't have much education. I don't have a tertiary qualification. And that's the reason why we decided to invest our money into an income-generating asset, which is the rooms. Lesville is a very small township situated in Benoni. I should think most people undermine the backyard rental income. It is very big in the townships. So when we bought this house here, we started with 2 rooms. And the rental income was very good. And you won't believe that with the little that we get from our salaries, we managed to buy the other property on the other side of the road. At schools, we taught everything. But there's one most important thing that we're not being taught: financial management and budgeting. It's amazing that people will teach you everything in life, but then nobody will tell you how to look after your money. When we started with the rooms here, we underestimated how much is it going to cost us. And once we have started building, you have to finish. Because you have thrown all your money there, you must start getting rental income. We borrowed personal loans, and personal loans are very, very expensive. They were really wiping away all the rental money that we made. We were left with no money to buy food. So when this ABSA Money Makeover competition came in, they applied and I qualified. So ABSA Bank sent us Elton Govender. He's an expert in small business development. He had told us how to budget, how to have a spreadsheet. They started teaching us how to separate personal from business. He helped us to structure the rooms. Each room, it was on the spreadsheet. The income that we get from each room, everything was put down neatly and it was straightforward. Can you believe it that the ABSA Bank came and gave us enough money to pay all those personal loans off, and they gave us a business loan. It's not only about going after profits, it's about to improve the lives of our people as well. We have invested into the community in that way because now tenants are moving from informal settlements into decent, proper houses with running water, with built-in toilets, with electricity as well. I will retire comfortable because this business, it will be able to look after me. That's what really makes me feel empowered and very, very thankful to a big bank like ABSA.
If you look at the growth of our economy, we are becoming more digital. And if you look at the growth in the township economy or in the rural economy or peri-urban economy, it is actually the small, medium-sized enterprises that drive those economies. So our investment within that space become important.
The idea was people sit around the fire and they tell stories. Campfire has now evolved. The business now, there's brand activations, and then there's where we help SMEs tell their brand stories. Running your own business, I always say it's not pap and place. I thought initially, I've been in corporate for 14 years, I can do this. But when you're actually running your own business, it's a different ballgame altogether. 2017, I attended a program, one of ABSA Women in Business event, and then they introduced a program called ABSA Enterprise Development that is aimed at assisting SMEs to effectively run their businesses. Being part of the ABSA Enterprise Development Program has helped me manage my finances. And then the other key thing for me was being in a network of people, because when you run your own business, it can be lonely. So it's not only about getting that financial skill or that strategy skill.
Anda is one amazing woman who actually has been part of our programs and has benefited. And you'll see that from the very beginning where we trained, supported her, but actually has come full circle.
Beginning of 2018, Campfire was selected as one of the service providers to work with the ABSA SMEs. It's amazing to be in a situation where you're working with SMEs and you were once in that position where you're not sure where your brand is at, and to assist them now to build long-lasting brands.
You can see how my desire to make a change and make a meaningful contribution, and my choice to work in this bank and be part of this journey, I think has been most fulfilling. The fact that the CEO, the chairman, and the exco drive and believe in this agenda and support it allows us to make the difference that we want to make. And I find that I actually am not only just driving, but fulfilling the purpose, my purpose as an individual. And what better time as a young black woman to be doing this in South Africa.
My name is Craig Radich. I was born in Durban at Addington Hospital, to be precise, near the beach. My dad had died at a fairly young age. I think I was 5 years old. So, there was no pocket money, there was no luxuries, things like that. Well, I learned fairly young that I had to work for whatever it is that I wanted. Got a job as a paperboy. Then I got a job as an usher in the Bioscope, as we used to call it. And if I wasn't doing that, I was offering to do gardens or wash people's cars or things like that. So, but always kind of, looking for opportunities to make money.
My name is Kagiso Mahura, born and bred in Mafikeng in the Northwest. It was a beautiful upbringing. As a lover of football, I not only played football, I was always in the stadiums, not just watching, but selling stuff. So I think my spirit of entrepreneurship kind of just started way back then. I was always hustling, as they say today, in Joburg terms.
Yeah, I need breakfast, huh?
2 years before and leading up to 2007, when we were still at Old Mutual, was the season of public BEE deals. I think there was Tembeka Capital had launched, MTN Asonge had launched, Putumanati had launched. So there were a lot of these blue chip companies that were coming out and offering the black public shares to participate in the BEE schemes. But a lot of people were not taking up the opportunity that at least we were seeing.
We had also, funny enough, both read a statistic that had come out a few months before that, would show that the average financial advisor in South Africa was 52 years old, white, male, Afrikaans speaking. And so that was where the advice was coming from, but the market wasn't there. The market was changing, and the market was young, black, professional. We felt that we needed to get in and start changing the conversation.
We needed to get out there and tell people about investments, about these deals, and about how to create wealth in general.
One of the strategic decisions Kagiso and I had taken was that we would not do what traditionally happens in this market, where you would go and sell these expensive products that paid you very quickly. but the kind of products that you had to sell were not good for our clients, or were not good for people in general.
The way we've structured the business is that the client sits at the center of our business.
I have worked in wealth management for more than 20 years. I've never seen the financial advisor doing financial planning with the client. We at Gradish Mahura do full financial planning and retirement planning, and we do financial review every year for the client to see how it goes with their monies.
I was looking to invest some money, and a friend of mine told me about the company and introduced me to Virith, and that's where I started. You take such a real interest in what is going on and gives you the confidence to carry on. I outperform the market, which is incredible in today's economy, so I haven't even looked around anywhere else. They've done my will, plus they've organized for me to get an income every month. Makes me sleep very well at night.
As people of color, we were taught the best banking is your mattress banking. Only 20% of black people have retirement annuities in place. More than 40% of women across South Africa don't have savings or financial plans in place whatsoever.
South Africans are just notorious for not saving enough at all. 80% of our cash goes to servicing debt, and often terrible debt. So it's credit cards, it's store cards, which are essentially credit cards. 6 to 10% maximum of people retire comfortably, and that just simply needs to change. So we've got a lot of young people that we've brought into our business that we are training to become fully fledged financial planners or advisors in the future, and that we're hoping they will be the ones that pick up the younger generation, create better investors for South Africa as a whole.
Different age groups are walking into Gradish Mahura and asking for help, because we are reaching out to our people and saying, hey, come save. There's new opportunities, there's growth. We've got a CEO as a client at Gradish Mahura and your typical cleaner.
There were 2 security guards that I bought Cecil shares for. Knowing how that Cecil thing played out in the end, he probably earned a lot more money in September than he did his entire life. And I think just the fact that we could impact in a very real way on people's lives, I think that gives us more satisfaction than any profit number or any kind of assets under management number. It's the real impact that you have on people.
When we started the business, we were very much describing ourselves as a black wealth management business, servicing the black professional market. But what we found over time, that in general, South Africans actually don't care how black or white a business is. At the end of the day, people are chasing expertise, people are chasing advice, people are chasing service. And that's what they tend to find in our business.
Obviously, you can see it's organized disorder, but I know where everything lies, and this is how I operate normally. Muteko actually means house in Setswana. We are into quantity survey, construction project management, and program management. We started off with Gradish Mahura in 2008. We were expanding, therefore we needed to create benefits for our employees, and they came and provide the provident fund. It's always about your interest. It's almost a personal type of relationship. And I think that is how you want to relate to your wealth management company.
I think at the end of our first year, we managed something like 10 million in client money, which is very little. And I'd say by the end of our first 5 years, that had grown to about 160 million. And at the end of 10 years, they've grown to 900 million. So it's certainly exponential growth. But I think what's special to us is the fact that we've built a South African business, because those assets have come from across the population spectrum, across the age spectrum, across the gender spectrum, and we have a client base that we're very proud of.
upstarts like myself, one of the things that I've appreciated about Gradish Mahura is they understand that volatility is what drives a lot of the choices that I make. When I finally made the decision that I was now going to go on my own, I realized that I needed partners like Gradish Mahura Investments who would say to me, Masedi, it is best that you consider doing things in this particular way. The help and assistance and guidance I've received from Gradish Mahura has given me more freedom, and that is because I now no longer have to worry as much about financial matters and the future and what that looks like.
Yeah, I think the one thing about Kagisha is like, he and I played golf together in Ireland. He couldn't play at that time, and he almost took me out because I saw the ball coming past me. I could see the brand of the ball and all of that. But he's actually an excellent golfer today.
Got exploded, man. You know, the one thing people don't know about Craig is that he's quite a family man, that guy, you know? He spends quite a lot of time with his kids playing Scrabble and all sorts of stuff. Mine are a little bit older, so I can do a little bit of this now.
My daughter's 7. My son he's just turned 6. I find it a lot of fun, you know, with my kids at the ages that they are. My wife, Ilona and I met at work. So we both worked at Federal, which was then bought out by Investec. I can't tell you her age, because she will kill me if I do that. We've had a good ride together.
In August of 2016, we were awarded the FPI Approved Professional Practice. And across the country, they've only approved about 14 or 15 businesses. That for us was a huge accolade.
And then 10 years to the day since the company was incorporated. So it was the 26th of June 2018. We had the Intellidex Top Private Bank and Wealth Manager Awards. When the first award was announced, this was the award for the top lump sum investor category. And we won that award. So I was a bit gobsmacked because that's a highly contested award. And then the next award was for young professional, and we won that. And then later on they had the award for top boutique manager, and we were not there. We weren't in the top 5. What we subsequently found out was because we had won the overall award. And when they did announce the overall winner, I just stood there. I mean, the team was going wild, and I just stood there with my hand over my mouth, looking at the names on the board. We're looking forward to the growth that lies ahead of us and see what it means for the team and how they grow as well with the business in their personal capacities.
The culture we've created in this business is absolutely exciting. If nothing else, if this business doesn't go anywhere, I can tell you it's been a fantastic 10 years. We sing together, we dance together, we have a whole lot of fun in the business. We cry together as well. It's a business that's geared highly to high performance, but it's also at the same time a business that has a lot of fun.
We've built the business to this point. The challenge is now to continue living up to your promise. But I think the most important thing is that our clients will always remain at the center of everything that we do.